Hey everyone, Adi here, and in this video I'm basically going to share my experiences of $1 million sales call. So it was not actually about I was selling something worth $1 million, but the guy I was on call with, he was making $1 million in revenue. And I don't even make like 10 grand consistently from my business. So you imagine the guy who is making 10 million, and if you are at somewhere around 20-30 grand, imagine doing a call with him. And let's say even if you did lots of call and now you are comfortable with that, you have confidence, which is a good thing. But for me, it was probably my 15th or 16th call in terms of from when I changed my market. So from when I jumped into American, European, UK market. And yes, so let me talk about my experience. Before that, if you don't know me, my name is Adi, and we basically help fitness coaches with their content to get more qualified leads. That's it. So the first call, like this discovery call, was actually good. I actually fumbled at some point. I was pretty sure I was not even following the exact script because I'm now familiar with the scripts, but I was actually thinking about saying things and even sometimes fumbling, like repeating. Okay, so let's say, so if that kind of like if that kind of makes sense, then we can move forward. Kind of fumble, because in the front of you, a guy, like a big guy standing or like sitting in, like, I'm listening to you. So at some point you might get fumble, but it's totally fine if you have not done a lot of calls. So yeah, my experience first was that I fumbled on call, and pretty much second was, so when I fumbled, all right, let's talk about this. When I fumbled, I still took the leadership for the call just because of one thing: my silence. So silence actually played a big role in terms of leading the call, because if you maintain silence on your call, you actually make them feel about you are talking something powerful, or they have to follow it. So if you know the power of silence, you will understand it better. And then I got to realize, if with that guy I had followed this script, I would just lose him. The reason is simple, because if you just consistently follow scripts that is for everyone, like let's say repo will be same, agenda will be same, ending could be same, some objections can be same, but situations of everyone cannot be same. That's what I was actually dealing with on that call, and I did not go deeper into the scripts, and I actually asked him questions about what he's struggling with, why he's struggling with. And even though, this is a shocking point, guys, he was making actually very, 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 very good amount of money and having a huge base for his entire coaching business, but it was still okay. He was not in need of creating content, first of all, but still he exploded because of my follow-up. He said, mentioned on call, and he actually went on call and said, this sounds good to me and I would be open to do it. I did not, like, he did not mediate to start the work. So today, hopefully, let's see what happens. But yeah, it was, so far it was pretty straightforward and clear communication with him. And he was like, even when I fumbled, he respected, and he did not even recognize, or he might recognize, but did not make it a barrier of from doing the work with me. You know, so let me just take a sip of water. Yeah, so I was at the point where I actually fumbled, but he did not, he might notice but did not actually, told me about that. But that was a really good part of him. I felt he was very kind. Even while I was pitching to him, I was kind of actually fumbled. But okay, it's okay. So yeah, so far it was so good. And let's say you are going on discovery call, sales call with your prospect who are 20 years, 30 years, or even 50 years, not 50, that's not a 50, it's too much. Let's say like 10, 20 or 30 years older than you. Then, first of all, you have to see the environment. So how he's talking, his tonality, what he likes, what he does not, and talk with his tone pace. Okay, don't just go through the sales script back and forth. You will lose it, because if he is a no BS guy, he has spent, let's say, 20 years in business, and you will ask him about, okay, if you are well settled, she'll be okay, this is good. Yeah, you will give him the kind of proper 1, 2, 3, like 10 lines of agenda set, and then you will ask him, if that's okay with you, we can dive into the call. He might say, fuck off. Like, 20 years in business, went on thousands of calls, heard this thousands or 10,000s of time, and you are again doing that, repeating the same thing. So you have to actually see, you have to recognize their energy, recognize what is good for him, for her, and that is how you lead the call. Basically, that is how you actually match their energy. So I did that with that guy. All right. Second thing, always ask why. Today also I learned, so let me just show you. Let's go with this. Today also I learned from a sales recording that when you ask why, you get in-depth idea about the situation. Okay, and it's not just you asking why in every single questions and just pointing out why. However, you do it with intention. So let's say I'm asking to you, okay, how many times do you post a day? You'll say 3 times. Then it's okay, but I can still ask, why only 3 times? Why not 5? You go more in depth. Oh, I don't have time for this, that's why I'm not doing it. I'm just burned out. I actually don't have structure, system. I actually don't have anyone with myself. So like I said, I get time, then I post content. So whenever I get time, I do it. You are getting more in depth. You are getting more ideas about it, right? So that's how you actually lead the call, guys. And then just a minute. And you actually understand them. So make sure you ask why. And the last thing would be to make your offer personalized. This is so crucial. I have closed deals for 2.5 thousand all up front on the first call, even without personalized offer. But I would say that was with a guy, I think, who did not done a lots of calls before, or was not very aware about sales script, very aware about industry of what I do. I mean, with other people he did not went on call with, so that's why. But if somebody is very business oriented, ROI focused, experienced enough, you can, but it's better to close on second call with a follow-up call where you go with a personalized solution. And that's how you win their trust and they feel heard. I did that same thing with that guy. And on the call he mentioned, this is the easiest or simplest program or service I have ever seen. So this is the power of you being personalized with clients. And literally look at you. How many clients do you have right now? Are you working with 50 or 100 or thousands of people every day? Not at all. Don't even have, like, you hardly have 5 or 6 clients. So why not to personalize offer, then pitch them, take the experiences and see what happens. And guys, I would give you this one very, very, very important thing. If you are new or trying to get some experiences, case studies, or kind of not having the case study or outcome focused case study, I would say, that you actually promise. So let's say you promise 30 or 20 qualified calls and then 10 to 15 closings, that's what we offer, then you should be working for at least less, or if you have no testimonial, work for free, because hardly somebody is going to pay you. But if you have some, like me, I have some decent, I charge. But I can't really again charge $10,000 every month or even $8,000 every month, just because I don't have enough case studies for something which I actually promise, like my outcome basically. But if you're outcome focused, but if what you basically promise as an outcome, like, don't fake it, obviously, because output is not in your control. But let's say you give them a realistic idea about, okay, this is what we can achieve. If you do everything, you get it. If you don't, you get refund. Boom. You done this tens of time or 15s or 20s of time with other clients, and they got results. So you should be continuously repeating that. And that's how you are just going to win. Because it is proven, because what system you followed giving you results. Your product is solid, your service is solid, your team is solid. You can stay consistent with this. And then you can literally start charging like $8,000, $10,000, $20,000, whatever. So that's what I'm also doing and building right now. With that same guy, I thought the same day, I literally slept at 2:30 a.m. midnight, thinking I could have done better. But it's okay, because no one knows like what is going to happen. I don't believe in luck, I believe in structure for sure. However, I did some mistakes that I just created this video to share with you all of guys. The last part was very crucial. If you want, rewatch it and make sure you make notes, because this can drastically change your business. Do the free work, get as much as possible, like whatever. I hope you understand. So get as much as testimonial you can, as humanly possible, in less time, so you actually start charging more. That should be your goal, So just work on that. I'm also doing it. All right, hope you enjoyed it. If you have any question, just drop them below. If you like this video, click on that like button and subscribe, because every week I'm going to post 2 content like this where I talk about business, life, and how you can actually grow your fitness business as well as your life, as well as your, let's say you are running an agency, so how you can do that. Thanks for watching.